Welcome to Athens, Georgia, Sanford Stadium, home to the Georgia Bulldogs, where more than 90,000 have already started to bark loudly. Today, a couple of SEC teams get ready to square off in what ought to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker. As we'll see, the Kentucky Wildcats taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. On the move from inside his 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. The Wildcats offense takes the field. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Trying to get outside on the jet sweep. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down.
This defense is in for a long day because they're not going to have to only play with great awareness and eye discipline. They're going to have to be willing to run sideline to sideline and have to try to shut down receivers like that on jet sweeps.
And there is nothing doing on that one. You got the completion and nothing else to show for it. They'll line up for a second down play. Looking for space. It's Hills. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's caught inside the 25. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. From the gun to give, looking for room.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Running to the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Snap from the gun on third down. He caught it into the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
And the extra point is good. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Bulldogs offense has the ball for the first time. These two dudes who both come off the edge can wreck an offense's day, Jesse.
Man, these quarterbacks better have an internal clock working today. If you hold on to the football, you are getting sacked.
Yeah, best athletes on the field are defensive linemen, and when you got guys like this that can get after the quarterback, points will be at a premium.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Offense set on first down. Going to the ground. No, he just flat ran over it. And they get him down.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. They've got it out to the 34 after getting 5 there. They are letting the big dogs eat on the ground.
Pound, pound, pound. The dog pound. Run the football. Be physical. You can go back when Vince Dooley won a championship. Herschel Walker. You go all through the names. So many great running backs that run with an edge that are dogs.
On the move, it's Burns. Still on his feet at the 45. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. Fires to the big fella. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. So it's not just a strong running game. The dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground.
Just steamrolling the defense. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs!
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
He'll try to tack on one more. Smashes it through for the PAT. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out.
And he breaks into the open. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. Love to see the fearlessness of a quarterback to work the middle of the field.
And he's got so much confidence in his own arm talent to be able to get that football there before the defense can break it up.
Getting some heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Feeling some heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and they forced the incompletion.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's Morton. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Kentucky sent out the punting unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense probably has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. They'll try to run for it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Georgia lining up to punt it away. Gets it out of there for the first time today, and didn't see much of him that loss a week ago. Called on just once. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Keep it on the ground. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice game to pick up the first down. Got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run it well.
Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. The give to the running back from the shotgun. On the move at the 30. Touchdown, Kentucky! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Clemson has just had no answer to the onslaught they've faced so far today. Almost feels like instead of touching Howard's Rock, that sucker was dropped on top of him. They're trailing by 14 to Georgia Tech.
He'll start this drive firing.
We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason that they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic throwing the football down the field.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Personal foul. Roughing the pass. Defense.
I bet it felt good to hit that quarterback late until you got an earful from the coach and cost your defense 15. And guys, bringing the heat is what any defense is about, but you have to stop short of making that official reach for his flag. They're going to test the right side with this one. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. And the Dogs will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. The give to the tailback. Discards a man. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him. And just, you know what? Let his talent do the rest.
Running play to the left, looking for the end zone here. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
3rd and goal is where offensive coordinators earn their keep. To the air, it's Slater. Fires to the end zone. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Catch in the middle, it's Hills. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Gets it out fast. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first.
I know we're a long way up here in the booth, but guys, y'all remember that ball you could throw that whistled? That thing was whistling. It had so many RPMs on it.
Finds the tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Everybody on the same page there on blitz pickup, right? Offensive line, everybody communicating, understanding where they have to work to give their QB time to make an accurate throw and pick up the first.
Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them.
When you run those routes, those curl routes just like that, those DBs are going to break when you go to throw the football. So you better put that thing on a line, and the QB did there. Put it on a line. Great job. Great catch. First down.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. After the big first down sack for the D, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Morton. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
For the defense playing zone coverage there, they're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here. We're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Back to pass, it's Slater. Makes the grab down the middle. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. Now on first down from the 43. Looking to move it through the air. He fires to the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
They'll throw it on first down. Looking for the score. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
On to attempt the try. Right down the boulevard. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really just how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
So much for firing to a stationary sit-down tight end. How about this guy working the corner and getting the first down?
These tight ends can do so much nowadays. You start to feature him, but you watch him on the corner route, man. Just push it vertical, push it to the corner. QB right on the same page with him. Throw the football out there, and he makes the catch.
Snagged in the middle. It's Merritt. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He wants to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. And he is sacked as the defense adds a little emphasis to wrap up this first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, men. The end of a very entertaining first 2 quarters of football in Athens.
Kentucky teeing it up and ready to go here in the second half. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Off he goes! And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
As a defense, it's so hard covering this guy. Because of his frame, you're not really going to match up. But this guy's also got some wheels. The hard part is bringing him down after the catch. This guy's like a giant giraffe. You're just lions hanging on his neck trying to drag him to the ground. Not easy to do.
The Dogs have had a long history of scrappy and efficient quarterbacks. Add a little star power to it, and you've got something working.
You definitely get a little extra something. We see it all across college football. You find that dude at the quarterback spot, it takes you from good to great, and you've seen that with Georgia over the last several seasons.
Quarterback checking the play. He's looking to throw it. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen him had a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
Here's the give off the left side. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. And here comes the offense on second down. They're going to throw it again. Catch in the middle, it's Roach. And that is good versatility there and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Dropping back, it's Slater. Going for it all. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It's fourth down and 14, but they're going to go for it. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. He's got the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And once again, you see how valuable the tough little slot receivers are on fourth down.
You isolate those guys, get the matchup you want, and now go win. Nice job by this offense, getting the matchup on fourth down, and the QB seeing it, throwing a strike, getting the first down.
Nobody open, he just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking for a crease to the left. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
Well, it's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it, and how about that one running it too? Great push up front.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Forges ahead for one to the 8-yard line. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Dropping back, it's Slater. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Needs to get it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. And it's picked off at the goal line. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. They are shaking the rafters of this place, trying to help their defense as they've got them pinned deep. They'll give it to the back. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 10.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need. all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. They'll run play action. Grabbed behind the line. It's Merritt. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next one.
They'll start this one from the 29 on 1st down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. With the catch, it's Parker. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Touchdown Bulldogs! They move on top here in the 4th.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Lining up to add another. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Clemson is in trouble right now, and unless something changes, this could be the kind of loss that sets the program back significantly.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, opponent.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Now on 2nd down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. At the 35, he's loose. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. He has 89 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Use the play fake, now to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Grabbed in the middle, it's Ellington. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
Man, I love this guy's toughness. All game long, he's been getting hit. He's been sacked multiple times, and here we are late in the game. He's still staring down the barrel, gets nailed, but's able to deliver a big completion for his offense.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
The play action fake. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. He's looking downfield to throw. And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack.
It is hard to get sacks on screens. I mean, the offensive linemen stay with you for a little bit. Defensive linemen squirt through. A lot of times they read the screen and backpedal. Not on this one. They got through, got to the quarterback, got him on the ground. Not good execution by the offense, but still counts as a sack.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Quarterback checking off. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He lobs one high down the left side. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Touchdown, Dogs! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide.
That's a nice job by this offense. Nice job putting a drive together late. This might seal this football game. And nice response. It's nice to be home and come back to the home crowd after you've lost a couple games. Get some mojo going back in your way.
Another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Nice, just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Couldn't make the play on 1st down. They'll try it again. 2nd and 10 from the 27. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
3rd down conversions, always a huge stat. They've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch past the sticks. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Wants to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Merritt. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Kentucky going quickly.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
These defensive linemen have tents in the backfield. Goodness gracious, they're camping out back there, hitting the quarterback time and time again. When you sack him this much, of course he's going to be flustered. Of course he wants to get rid of the football.
They'll throw on third and short. Fires to the right. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Yeah, and I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the fourth quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball, staying deep, and not giving up the big play.
Makes the catch. He's got enough. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. And the Wildcats are marching down the field. Back to the air one more time. It's caught downfield. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Wildcats! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. They march 78 yards down the field, and they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, you're probably getting blitzed, it's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. Quarterback will audible. Looking to throw, it's Slater. He's going up top. A full dive to haul that one in. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. After that huge play, let's see if they can punctuate it. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. From the red zone, looking for a man. And it's caught for a touchdown, and that might do it.
You know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. They're just about ready to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Line gets set, first down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Got a man, it's Morton. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Looking to move it through the air. And the quarterback is snowed under. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. On second down, looking again to throw. Got his man all by himself. Nothing but green ahead. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
He's going to pass on second down. Got his man in the middle. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. The Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Coming after him. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late. Third down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He wants it all. And he's got it for a touchdown, so hold on a second. They're not dead yet. In fact, they're suddenly feeling much better.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back. And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.